You mean you haven't heard? Mammoth Tailor's Contest. Klonkenlocker the Proud, ruler of all Bibbentucker, offers 1 million grinklens. First prize for the Emperor's new clothes. And the news spread throughout the world. And in every nation in creation, tailors grabbed their finest garments and dashed off, hopefully, to the empire of Bibbentucker. The French tailors were fanatic. The English were very plutocratic. In Spain, they were dramatic. The Arabs were erratic. The Chinese, Asiatic. The Venetians, quite aquatic. The Africans, pragmatic. It was very democratic. The competition, quite emphatic. For 1 million grinklens, there's a lot of money for a new suit, don't you think? Who wins? Come along with me.
It's the enchanted world of Danny Kaye.
There's a world of enchantment to see. Come along with me. Through my ears you will hear different sounds. Through my eyes you'll see. We'll enchant your every single sense. Your imagination will become immense. Your capacity to dream will stretch to the extreme. There's a world of enchantment to see. Come along with me. There's a world of enchantment to see. Come along with me. Now, this is the windy village of Aarhus, a lovely town in Denmark, much like the one where Christian Andersen lived when he wrote all those wonderful fairy tales. Now, what I would like to do is to have a look around. Why don't you come with me? All of you, come on, let's go. And we'll have a look and see what's going on. Come with me. Come with me. Come on. Look. That's a toy store, isn't it, huh? I'll bet young Hans rested his nose up against the window of a toy store just like this and may have gotten an idea for one of his fairy tales. Well, can you guess which one? Oh, come here, sit down here, man. Come on. Now, do you know what that is?
It's a tin soldier.
Yeah, but it's a little different than just an ordinary tin soldier. But why?
He has one leg.
He has one leg. Do you see that little building over there?
Uh-huh.
Well, let's go over there. I think we'll see something. Mr. Jensen? Maybe. Yeah, I've come for the cloth. Yes. Thank you very much. Look at that. Look at the texture of that cloth. Look at the sheen. See the way it drapes and folds, huh? Have you ever seen such cloth? It's magical. Why, it's fit for an emperor. This cloth is the most important part of our story.
The Emperor's new clothes?
Yes, the Emperor's new clothes. That's Hans Christian Andersen's famous tale about an emperor and a robe. You see, there once was an emperor, and this weighs a ton. You know something? Actually, I'd like to play the part of the other fellow. Yes, I shall be Marmaduke. Once upon a time, there was a wonderful rogue called Marmaduke, the cleverest conniver, the most supreme swindler who ever drew a bamboozled breath. I was touring the world with my gallant partner in knavery, the noble Musty. We were forced to make a hasty departure from the kingdom of Conga.
And stay out!
Well, Marmaduke, where to now?
Where to now? Well, that's a good question. We've been tossed out of every nation in creation.
All except this one.
The Empire of Bibbentucker? Egad.
Oh, it's not much, but it's all that's left.
No, to think that I should sink as low as Bibbentucker. I, who once swindled all of London town. I simply cannot face Bibbentucker. I'd sooner become honest.
Oh, don't say such a thing, my friend. Oh, here, dry your tears.
What coarse linen, Musty?
Oh, it's not mine. It was hanging there.
What is it? 1 million grinklens for the tailor of the Emperor's new clothes. 1 million grinklens?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's too bad we're not tailors.
Not tailors?
You mean...
Well, why not? Any well-dressed man can be a tailor.
What do you know about being well-dressed?
My dear Musty, clothes make the man. Everyone knows that. Why, if I could only afford it, why, with my taste, I could be the finest of gentlemen. Clothes make the man. With the proper dressing, you'll be most impressing. You could be a gentleman. Clothes make the man. Clothes make the man. If his shoes are patent leather, no matter what the weather, if a bumbershoot he carries in the sun, if he's buttoned to his chin, if his collar has a pin, well, that's the way a gentleman is done. Clothes make the man. With the proper styling,
you can be beguiling. I could be a gentleman. Woo-hoo.
Clothes make the man. Clothes make the man.
Woo-hoo. Suddenly I'm feeling very tailory.
Shall we?
We shall.
To Bibbentucker. Clothes make the man. With the proper dressing, we'll be most impressing. You could be a gentleman. Clothes make the man. Clothes make the man.
So this is Bibbentucker.
Thank you. And welcome to the 174th monthly presentation of the award for the best dressed man in Bibbentucker. The contenders are Emperor Klonkenlocker for his magnificent mauve morning coat, Emperor Klonkenlocker for his spectacularly silken summer suit, Emperor Klonkenlocker for his witty and wonderful winter togs of wool. May I have the sealed scroll, please? I can't believe it. What a surprise. The winner is Emperor Klonkenlocker.
The moment I saw Emperor Klonkenlocker, I knew I had found my mark. He was a ridiculous, vain fellow, and wherever vanity rules, the fruit is sure to be ripe for scoundrels. He was followed by his royal pets, Archibald the pussycat and Percival the ape. And they in turn were followed by the imperial council, which consisted of the prime minister, the primer minister, and the primest minister. And in the rear was a quite enchanting young lady, whom I later found out was the Princess...
Jane, do stop dawdling. Come march with me.
Oh, Daddy, for crying out loud.
For pity's sakes, Jane, smile. Thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you. What can I say at a moment like this? I'd like to thank my designer and my tailors and all the little seamstresses without whom this wonderful moment could never have happened. Thank you. And I'd also like to thank all the little silkworms who worked so hard to make the thread. And the
Oh, dear. This is going to go on all day.
Your Highness.
Oh, a handsome stranger, and me with my shoes off.
Allow me.
Are you flirting with me? He is. He is flirting with me.
Well, we hit it off splendidly. Poor thing, she began to tell me the most incredible story. Till just 2 years ago, the Emperor had been a kind and good leader. But then his wife passed away, and he became despondent and lonely. And his faithful court jester, Jasper, was the only one who could amuse him. But Jasper had ambitions. He wanted to rule the empire, and he took advantage of the Emperor's grief. He flattered him, cajoled him, got him interested in clothes. And soon all the Emperor could think of was his ridiculous and all too expensive wardrobe. He neglected matters of state.
Out for a fitting.
Which Jasper, with his permission, was only too happy to take over.
No. He assigned this.
He encouraged the Emperor to spend vast sums on clothes. Money to pay the tailors, he said. But the tailors all worked for Jasper, and he paid them slaves' wages. And the rest he kept for himself. And now, all that is left is the 1,000,000 grinklens, which will be used as a prize for the tailor who makes the best suit.
He'll work out some way to get that, and then he'll have all the money. He'll rule the empire!
Not with me here. Jasper has yet to meet the likes of Marmaduke, the tailor.
What's going on down there?
Oh, Daddy, I finally got a beau. Isn't he cute?
Eh? Cute? Great galloping gunny cloth.
How dare you dress in such a fashion before an emperor
Who simply reeks with chic. You're right, Jasper. Arrest them and toss them into the boulevard of rogues.
Daddy, no! Not my beau!
No, just, have you no sensibilities, my good man? I am a magnificent tailor.
Well, you won't get a chance to do much tailoring in the Boulevard of Rogues.
A 1,000,000 grinklens for the Emperor's new clothes. 1,000,000 grinklens. mine for the taking. And there I was, within the confines of the Boulevard of Rose. What a pity.
And stay here till you learn to dress fitting and proper.
It wasn't a bad place, actually. In fact, it was quite fantastic. An incredible ghetto of beggars, scoundrels, and the poor, where those who could not afford to dress as the emperor wanted were thrown in willy-nilly with as magical a collection of knaves, wenches, and varlets as ever my eyes had seen. So, Musty, so, while I find more material. What have we here? It's a little... Yeah, it's a little boy. Well, who are you? Busky? Oh, child, we won't harm you. Where are your parents? You don't have any? An orphan? A tiny orphan condemned to the Boulevard of Rose. Outrageous!
Oh, there, Busky.
Child, you will no longer be an orphan. We hereby de-orphan you. You now have a family. Uncle Marmaduke.
And Grandpa Musty.
Now, does that make you feel better? Pleasant as the Boulevard of Rose was, the thought of 1,000,000 grinklens was even pleasanter. And by the very next day, we had finished the suit for the emperor. And the following midnight, we planned our escape. Come now, be careful. Just here. Yeah, no. Here we are. Just be careful. Who?
This better work? We'll end up as their Halloween dinner.
Oh, Musty, pray come look at all these lovely creatures in the moat. I adore them all. Why, Musty, nothing is greater than the proud alligator. Why, to me, he is more like a brother. And that's why I smile at each crocodile, who in truth might be somebody's mother. And remember, Musty, a puss that is octa could perhaps be a doctor, if the world only gave him the chance. And the toothy old shark might desire as a lark to learn how to sing and to dance. Yes, nothing is prettier or wiser or wittier or brings lovelier dreams when I'm sleepy than my comrades afloat in the splendid old moat. Lovely creatures, all crawly and creepy. Ah, yes. A little sentiment in the right places can sometimes make blood brothers out of mortal enemies. Onward to the palace, there to deliver the Emperor's new clothes!
You two, passing yourselves off as tailors, eh?
Tailors? But, sir, well, we're not just tailors, sir.
No, we're not?
We are tailors.
Tailors? What do you mean?
When a tailor needs some buttonholing, basting, hemming, collar rolling, never does he do the job himself. Or a tailor like a surgeon wouldn't ever do the work he couldn't, never would he do the job himself. When a tailor needs a tailor, it can't be just any tailor, it must be a tailor's tailor. If the tailor's to be tailored, it must be a tailor's tailor. If the tailor's to be tailored. When a minister is ministrating, much involved with head of stating. He needs an advisor to advise. Even clowns with all their dilly-daffing need someone to keep them laughing. Even bakers bake each other's pies. When a tailor needs a tailor, it can't be just any tailor. It must be a tailor's tailor. If the tailor's to be tailored, it must be a tailor's tailor. If the tailor's to be tailored. So it goes for doctors, lawyers, sellers, builders, bankers, ne'er-do-wellers. Everybody needs another's hand, for a necessary part of being has to do with you and me. Am I seeing that you understand? When a tailor needs a tailor, it can't be just any tailor. It must be a tailor's tailor. If the tailor's to be tailored, it must be a tailor's tailor. If the tailor's to be tailored.
Tailors, tailoring,
What they say makes sense.
Huh? Oh, yes, of course. But, what have you brought me?
Your Majesty, observe.
The suit is ghastly, absolutely ghastly. Away with you.
Wait. Your Majesty, perhaps they have something else to show you. Let me speak to them. I like your style, but if the Emperor paid $1 million for those rags, the people might revolt. No, this can't be just any suit. Have you something else in your bag? Something very special?
Very why, yes. Of course.
We do? We do!
Shh. Then show it, and by doing so, prove yourself to me.
Come, come. Show me my new suit of clothes.
The suit. Yes, at once. Emperor, may I call you Emp? Emp, I can see you're not the type for a ready-made right off the rack, Emp. For you, what you need is a made-to-order.
Eh?
Obviously a tailor of taste and breeding.
Oh, really? Oh, of course. But show me the material. I insist on seeing that.
A sample. Musty, he wants a sample.
Oh, sample, he wants a sample.
Very well, Emp. But first I've got to let you in on a trade secret.
Oh, I love secrets.
Yes. This cloth.
Yes?
This cloth?
Yes?
It's enchanted cloth.
Enchanted?
Enchanted? Superb.
Enchanted? Enchanted?
Enchanted?
Enchanted? Enchanted? It's enchanted, of course.
Then I must have it. I must.
One moment, Your Majesty. How is it enchanted?
How is it enchanted?
What are you looking at me for?
It is enchanted because it's invisible. Invisible to anyone who is very stupid or unfit to hold office.
What? Invisible to anyone who is very stupid?
Or unfit to hold office.
I must see it at once. At once.
Show it to him, O worthy tailor. Go on, show it to him.
Very well. You understand, of course, this is just a sample. I will have to weave the rest once I get the commission.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, do get on with it.
Behold, enchanted cloth.
Magnificent. Beautiful.
What? What?
O mighty Emperor, most fit to hold office in all the world. Is it not exquisite?
Yes, it's quite, yes. Well, make me a suit of that enchanted, whatever it is. I'm sure I shall be able to see, that is, I'm sure that I shall just love the finished garment.
Well, I'm not worried, because quite frankly, Imp, it's you.
Yes.
When a tailor needs a tailor, it can't be just any tailor. It must be a tailor's tailor. If the tailor's to be tailored, it must be a tailor's tailor. If the tailor's to be tailored. Poor Emperor Klonkenlocker. The fact that he couldn't see our enchanted cloth meant only one thing as far as the Emperor was concerned.
It must be that I am stupid and unfit to rule. Who says so? I can see that cloth. It's as plain as the nose on my face. Egad. Oh dear. What am I worried about? I am the ruler of this land, and if I choose to see the cloth, I will. I can do anything I please. That's the fun thing about being an emperor. I can see whatever I want to see. I see the tinsel, the sparkle, and the glitter. It's never the bitter for me. Through rose-colored glasses, a pretty world passes. I see what I want to see. I hear the chatter, the sound and all the clatter, but none of it matters to me. I'm safe in my bubble from all of the trouble. I see what I want to see. I'm afraid and quite certain if I raise the curtain, I'll see things I don't want to see. The tinsel will tarnish and sparkles cease to glitter, and sweet will be bitter for me. So give me my blinders and save your reminders. I see what I want to see. I see what I want to see.
Jasper the Clown saw to it that we were set up in sumptuous quarters. We took the lad Busky on as our apprentice, and our every wish was a command. It was, all in all, a delightful way to make a million. And one of the pleasantest things about living in the palace was getting to know the fair Princess Jane.
Strike! That's 19 games for me and none for you. Let's try to even the score.
Another game? And as we got to know each other better, she confided in me even more.
I'm getting real uneasy about Jasper. Lately, he's been making eyes at me. It's almost like he's in love with me. I ask myself, why would a clown fall in love with a princess? Stroke, stroke, stroke. And I figured out why. Even if he has all the money in the treasury, he can't really rule the land unless he marries into the royal family. That's me. Stroke, stroke.
Have no fear. I won't let Jasper have you, my love.
Oh, Marmaduke, I feel so safe. With a hero like you around.
I don't like you spending so much time with the Princess Jane.
Yeah, but
Silence! Do as I tell you, or I will have your head. Jane and the Empire will be mine.
But what if she doesn't love you?
She can be tricked into a wedding.
Tricked? How?
You'll find that out when I want you to.
Well, every day we continued to work on the suit that wasn't there. And every night, the Emperor studied his arithmetic and spelling and history until dawn, trying desperately to become less stupid and fit to rule. And every morning...
Oh, I've got to see it. I've just got to be able to see it. Well, tailors, how goes the work? All silky and brocadey, I trust?
You can see for yourself, sir.
Great simpering cyclops.
I beg pardon, sir?
Oh, it's lovely. It's quite, quite.
Quite. Quintessentially quite.
Great progress. Your, progress is, progressing very, progressively. How long will you take to finish?
Well, making such a suit is quite an involved operation.
How involved?
Well, in my business, it's always the same every year. First, we have the mind defining what to make and what designing. Then the sketching, thinking, lots of thinking, heavy thinking. Suddenly, from inspiration, we have got a new creation. Everything begins to bustle, everyone begins to hustle. Creation! Lots of scissors snipping, needles knitting, clicking. If it's wrong, there's ripping. If it's right, there's color picking. Draping, pinning, finger splitting. For tomorrow is the fitting. Zipper snap, perhaps a toggle. Oh, the mind begins to boggle. Creation! Finished every alteration. There it hangs, our new creation. Now begins the finger biting. Will they find the look exciting? Will the papers all be saying, beautiful couturier? Soon the moment all is ready, even shattered nerves are steady. Creation!
All that? Oh, but I wanted the suit by next week.
Oh, don't worry. You'll have it.
Creation!
Great muddled madras. What does Marmaduke want?
The hand of your daughter in marriage.
But Jane is all I have. We belong together. I couldn't break up the set.
Don't you want that enchanted suit? One would think you couldn't see it.
Of course I can see it. And to see it is to want it. I must have it.
Think of it this way. You're not losing a daughter. You're gaining a tailor.
And then at last, it was time for the final fitting. Emperor Klonkenlocker, your new suit. Well, what do you think?
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed.
Oh, of course, it's still only basted together.
We may have to alter the sleeves. What do you think of the cuffs?
Fine. Yes, just fine.
Silly man, that's the collar. How does it feel?
Oh, lovely. Yes, as light as thin air.
Are the sleeves too long?
I don't think so, no.
Why, they hang down to your kneecap.
Well, perhaps a little too long. Good gracious, I think I see a cross-stitch.
No, that's a mosquito. Got it. After that session, the midnight oil was really burned.
This has gone far enough. I'm growing impatient. It's time that suit was finished.
But my dear Jasper, we can't rush the job. I mean, we're getting paid $1 million and a princess.
I'm glad you brought that up. I've decided that you will give the princess to me.
You? But she loves me.
The princess shall be mine. Disobey me, and the results will be disastrous. See that cannon outside the window? It is pointed directly at the Boulevard of Rogues. If you do not do as I tell you, my faithful Ivan will fire it, and all your friends will be destroyed.
What can I say, old friend? At least we'll have the $1 million.
Oh, that's another thing. You will be paid exactly 1 grinklin each for your trouble. The rest you will turn over to me. Understand? With the entire treasury in my pocket and the princess as my bride, I'll be sure to rule the empire.
Well, you can bet your bobbins that we weren't gonna let Jasper get away with 999,998 grinklins and 1 princess. So, we made secret plans. Got the message? Of course. We ate the evidence. Your Majesty, the suit is finished. You may pick it up at noon.
Oh, wow.
I then paid a call on the Princess Jane, who was being fitted for her wedding gown.
Oh, jeepers, Marmaduke. I can't wait until after we're married. But you really think you'll be able to carry it off? I mean, being a gentleman at court and all that?
Why, whatever do you mean?
Well, a prince consort has got to be a gentleman.
My dear Princess Jane, with $1 million grinklins and you, I could be anything.
I could be a gentleman. Why not?
Why not?
All you have to do is look the part.
Look the part.
Watch your P's and Q's and learn to play croquet.
Croquet!
Okay. All you have to learn is which is which. All you need is money to be rich.
You could be a baron or an earl.
Or an earl.
And be part of all the social world.
A social world. Learn to dance and do the minuet.
Minuet?
You bet. All you have to learn is which is which. All you need is money to be rich.
You'll spend your afternoons at tea. A gentleman refined you'll be.
Never will I use a word like gent.
Like you might end up in Parliament.
Be an admiral of the Admiralty.
Admiralty. You'll say quite instead of yes, sirree.
Yes, sirree. I could be a minister and sniff that stuff.
That stuff is snuff.
Enough! All you have to learn is which is which. All you need is money to be rich. All you need is money to be rich.
Jane gave me the Emperor's brass statues, and I had Musty saw them into enough small pieces to fill a sack. Finally, at noontime, the Emperor called to pick up his completed suit. Your Majesty, the Emperor's new clothes.
Well, heavenly herringbone. I've never seen such a wonderful suit. The million is yours.
Now, Musty and I had planned to lower the bag of real gold into the garden and bury it there. But our plans went slightly astray. Luckily, we had Princess Jane posted as a lookout.
Jasper is on his way!
Jasper?
Oh, my. Oh, he's early.
Hide this gold.
Oh, my. How can you hide a million grinklens?
There's a way. There's a way. In the cannon. 1 million grinklens.
I'll count it when I have the time. The Emperor is about to show his new suit. Take it away.
Well, I'm ready. Fully dressed.
The moment of moments. The Emperor's new clothes.
Now, nobody anywhere ever wants to be thought a fool or unfit for his office in life. And so wherever the Emperor went that most curious afternoon, after they got over the initial shock, that is, they all agreed that the garments were beautiful and that beyond a shadow of a doubt, clothes make the man. With the proper dressing, you'll be most impressing. You could be a gentleman. Clothes make the man. Clothes make the man. If his shoes are patent leather, no matter what the weather, if a bumper shoot he carries in the sun, if he's buttoned to his chin, if his collar has a pin, well, that's the way a gentleman is done. Clothes make the man with the proper styling. You can be beguiling, you can be a gentleman. Clothes make the man. Clothes make the man. Proper dressing, you'll be most impressing. You can be a gentleman. Clothes make the man. Clothes make the man. And now it is time to award the grand prize, Your Majesty.
Eh? Oh, yes. Jane. Princess Jane.
Go on with it. Go on, as we rehearsed it, or else.
Okay. Your Imperial Imp, I find I cannot accept the hand of the princess, as I have forgotten a rather minor detail waiting for me at home. My wife.
Great tropical worsted.
And so, I hereby transfer my prize to...
I accept.
But...
It was obvious to one and all that Princess Jane was heartbroken. And beneath that veil, she was sobbing her eyes out.
I now pronounce you clown and wife. Kiss the bride.
What the apprentice? What are you doing here?
Well, I don't see what you've got to laugh about. You've just married a clown. You're laughing at me? Why? What's funny about me?
Not so fun.
What? Eh? Speak up.
You're naked.
I don't follow. I'm what?
You're naked. You don't have any clothes on.
No clothes? Naked? Naked?
Barely, nudely, nakedly.
Naked! Great simpering seersucker. I've been duped. Oh, for pity's sake. Oh, my. This is all your fault. Oh, dear. You encouraged that scoundrel.
I can explain everything.
Enough! You are banished from Bibbentucker forever. Away with him. And as for you, back to the Boulevard of Rogues. Take him away. Oh, is there no one I can trust? Where's my daughter? Where's the Princess Jane? Dear Daddy, first of all, don't get a chill. Oh. Second of all,
I have taken refuge in the Boulevard of Rogues, where I'm to wed Marmaduke later today.
wed Marmaduke? I forbid it. P.S.
Please don't forbid it, because I love him very much.
She does?
Yes, I do.
Well then, I suppose that changes things. Jane deserves happiness after the way I've ignored her. Go to them. Tell them they have my blessing and that I shall attend their wedding. Dressed in this outfit I now wear. I ordered these fools' raiments. I approved of them and put them on. And so I will wear them for the rest of the day. Sound the trumpets, beat the drums, so that the whole land shall know of my profound folly. Let the parade continue.
The Emperor was true to his word, and all that day as the trumpets blared and the drums rolled, he marched before the entire population of Bibbentucker. And without adding a stitch, he came to our wedding and gave his blessings. But you know, somehow, perhaps because he was finally being honest with himself, he was able to hold his head up proudly. And that silly emperor achieved a certain grace and dignity. And everyone said that the emperor's new clothes were the most magnificent he'd ever owned. He and everyone else was certain to live happily ever after.
That's what you think! Ivan! Ivan! Fire!
Yes, oh master.
Oh, well, easy come, easy go. Now, I've heard of fairy tales ending happily before, but that was absolutely wonderful, especially for me. Well, it was absolutely wonderful playing Marmaduke, that cat of a con man. But now, back to reality. Well, it's me again. We do hope you've enjoyed it, and I'd like to thank our guest, Cyril Richard, who played the Emperor, and Imogen Coca, who played Princess Jane. And as for you, you better come along with me. There's a world of enchantment to see. Come along with me. Through my ears you will hear different sounds. Through my eyes you'll see. We'll enchant your every single sense. Your imagination will become immense. Your capacity to dream we'll stretch to the extreme. There's a world of enchantment to see. Come along